Hello, chess aficionados. I bring you the two losses that Magnus Carlsen, the world reigning champion, has had at the Tata Steel 2023. One was against Anish Giri, who was playing white, and the other one was against Nordibe. That one, yeah, Abdusatorrov. So, let's see what happened here. He hasn't had back-to-back losses in a long time, especially at a world event like this. So it makes you think, is he having some issues in the back of the mind, like that pending lawsuit that Hans Niemann has just amended? And I have a video on an interesting article that what has been amended. It's very interesting, I tell you. Just go to that other, I'll put a link to it. But anyway, let's get to it. So, against Anish Giri, he was so proud of this because he really thought there was no blunder, and he actually made it. Look at the accuracy here. 96% accuracy. Okay, well, and 90% accuracy for Magnus Carlsen. So it wasn't such a bad game, but yet, little things affect a very big outcome. So only 14 average centipon loss versus 24 average centipon loss. So you have to be at your high game to win against Magnus, and Magnus is just maybe distracted by something. Who knows? So we have Queen's Indian defense, fianchetto variation. Let's get to it. Remember, Anish Giri is, and he's like on his home turf there. Although he's not really like Dutch origin background, but he part Indian, I think. And of course, Magnus Carlsen is from Norway, Norwegian. So skip away. Yes, you want me to start? Okay, I will start. Here we go. Ooh, we start with not an e4, but a d4. Something different. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, tension is building. I'm just going to let you see what I see. If you see something else, let's discuss it. What do you see? Like I said, the higher you go in the level of the FIDE rating, the more you can see things that other people don't see. So let's get to it. I see tension building up, but it's skewed. Normally from E4, you see it more towards the middle of the board and depending on the other variations. But here, it's slightly skewed. And look, the queen wants to take advantage right away of this opening file. If this takes, we shall see. Okay, so it looks like the C file might be. Now I'm seeing this for the first time though, so I haven't reviewed it, so I want to be fresh, just as you would be seeing it, just fresh off the presses here. Okay, he moved up, takes, takes, takes. Okay, castles. Notice is there more development here? The queen is out. Queen is well, we got a slightly open position here. Alrighty, it looks like Magnus Carlsen's a little bit ahead. Quite closer to this is like the tennis middle line, while white is still a little bit behind. But the tempo, we shall see what will happen. Looks like he's going out with the queen. Notice. What will Magnus do to protect this knight? Can he protect this knight? Or is the knight going to move out of the way? Okay, it moved out of the way. Being protected. Okay, critical point here. What are we going to? Are we going to keep attacking? Or are we going to do a little in-between type of move? Okay, we're going to support this queen. Albeit this knight, like he wants this knight for some reason. If this knight takes, then we will take, and there's no protection. Okay, so notice this. Okay, So, let's see what's next. Oh, we are very aggressive here in the middle. So basically like a forking situation, although it can easily be taken. Because if Magnus takes, then the rook is his. The white rook is his. So we shall see what happens here. Tension is building. Okay, now the queens are facing off. Except this queen. Is it protected by anybody? Is it protected? What do you think is going to happen with the queen? It's got a forced move. Hey, queen, you're too close to my people here. You better decide what to do. So he takes. Ooh, and we take. Okay, the queen's off the board. Wow, quite aggressive. Very aggressive. I can see like a laser aggressiveness, like laser focus here. Okay, quite dangerous. He didn't want to lose this bishop. I would have taken this. This is too close to the king. Anyway, the king has not castled yet, so we shall see. Okay, boom. Okay, definitely can't castle at this point here. Wow. So it feels like we're losing control here, even though we are already here, the knights are not as coordinated by Magnus as they usually are. Certainly like a dogfight. You know, if you've seen Maverick, they're like dogfights, up and around and this way, that way. It's just high stakes here. Okay, so we're protecting this knight by moving the king in, because if we take, it would be like freebie. But now we are protecting this knight with the king, using your king here, going into the end game with the queens off the board. All right, white is victorious. Okay, so when we continue taking, continue taking, and we definitely have an advantage of 4.5 here. Okay, so that was the first loss by Magnus Carlsen, and then bam, bam, here comes the second. This time he is in white. So I don't know if that hurts a little more, because white is usually, quite hard, much harder to lose against white. So here we go. We have Magnus Carlsen, 16 accuracy, 1 mistake, 1 blunder. 1 inaccuracy and 2 mistakes. So where did the blunder take place? Okay, it took place right here, the G3. So it was a king move. It was in the end game then. Okay. Just it. That's all it takes. 90% versus 94. Wow. 32 average centipound loss, 17 average centipound loss. Quite a bit of inaccuracies here. 1 mistake, 1 blunder. So this is English opening symmetrical variation. Okay, let's get to it. Let's go back to the beginning and see how that went. Okay, Another standoff, building the tension in the center. Takes, takes, castles. Okay, a lot of cleaning up here. Take, take, take. That's a questionable one, because we're like not protecting this rook. What will Magnus Carlsen do? He takes the bait there. Off the board. Okay, castling. Okay, that was a little strange, right? Going back, but maybe he wants to go back here. But then they're not coordinated as well. Okay, he did not take the pawn as suggested by the engine. Another questionable move by the engine. H3. So you know what he does is H3. It's almost like he's definitely distracted. Something's in the back of his mind. A little bit distraction here by Magnus Carlsen this day. That he lost back to back. Okay. He usually moves his hairy pawn, hairy pawn much quicker. Okay, questionable moves. We got the queens on the board. Remember, usually queens are off the board and it's kind of smooth sailing. And queens, depending on the time structure that you have, whether you're, back is against the wall with time, it just depends what's going on here. But much harder to play a queen's endgame because they're so powerful. They can go so many places. Okay, now it's a pawn race. So here's the blunder. KH1 was best. Now, how would you know that? Would you know that? Look at this, minus 60.2. Wow. Wow. And that was it. With such a negative minus 60.2, that's quite a bit of a difference. And that is how Nordibe won. So it was a queen against queen type of endgame, and just one blunder was it for Magnus. So then he did come back. He won against Rapport, and he had a draw against Aronian, I believe. And so I just wanted to annotate how these two games went. Very unusual for Magnus Carlsen to lose back to back, but happens to everybody. We are only human. And he is coming back, so hopefully we'll clean off the wipers, the windshield wipers, so we can see better. But this, how delicate it is. How delicate it is, just one little game. But to have kept up the tension for so many years, just very impressive. It's going to be a sad day when some new world champion is going to be crowned this year sometime. It really is, because we are looking at one of the best, which is Magnus Carlsen. Thank you so much for watching. Hit like and subscribe. Au revoir.